Nonstop flights to Nashville International Airport this fall, including one to Orange County, California. The airline says prices will be low. It knows more people are choosing road trips over flying right now, and there will be more options for business travelers with more frequent flights in and out of BNA as well. At the peak of the virus, officials at the airport told us passenger volume fell 93% from the same time last year. Let's take a look right now at the roads if you need to head out. Here is the TDOT camera, I-40, as you're approaching the downtown loop. Split I-40 just past Fessler's Lane, splitting off from I-24. No problem on our major interstates right now. 440 looking really nice near I-65, but big announcement just made yesterday by TDOT. I've been getting you ready for one weekend ramp closure. They're actually going to take advantage of the good weather this weekend and close 2 ramps down to do some concrete replacement. So add this one to the list, 65 southbound to 440 westbound. I told you yesterday about 440 eastbound ramp to 65 south. Now, don't get confused. The best alternate route whenever anything is being worked on 440 is always just going to be the downtown loop. It's pretty easy and it's pretty close. So just go ahead and use that if you need to. You can also, if you need to get to 65 south, use the Wedgewood or Harding on-ramps instead. This traffic report brought to you by Steele. Now let's head to Adam.
The call for justice in the death of George Floyd is reaching violent levels this morning. Right now, we're learning more about the Minneapolis police officer seen with his knee on Floyd's neck in this video. We're told that officer had 18 prior complaints filed against him, according to the police department, but it's unclear what those complaints were for. We'll keep working on that information for you. Protests like this have really been happening all across the country over the last 3 days. Last night, demonstrators actually set fire to a police precinct in Minneapolis. They actually burned the one that officer worked at, and they're calling for 4 officers involved in his death to be charged with murder. Here in Nashville, a rally will be held to honor the people who are victims of police brutality and racism. That peaceful rally will run from 3 to 5 p.m. at Legislative Plaza.
And Metro Police Chief Steve Anderson released a statement last night about George Floyd's death, saying, quote, "Every officer in our police department and throughout the country should be emotionally shaken by what has occurred." He went on to say words cannot adequately express his disdain with the actions that led to George Floyd's death.
And the Nashville Fraternal Order of Police also responded to the incident, saying the officers' indefensible actions violate the oath and tarnish the reputation that brave men and women of law enforcement have worked so hard to attain. The actions of these few do not represent the hearts of many who selflessly serve, and certainly not those who serve in the Nashville community. That is their statement right there. For another look at all these quotes and statements we've been getting into the newsroom, just head over to newschannel5.com.
5:09. Let's get you updated on your Friday forecast and the weekend. Mainly dry starting off today. So looking from our sky camera, it's pointed down at a sleepy Broadway, but you can see the roads are dry, and that's what many of you will experience as you get out today. Some dry roads other than the Cumberland Plateau. They did have a little bit of some isolated rain showers during the overnight period, so it wouldn't surprise me if you woke up and had some damp roads there. The rest of us have a partly cloudy sky to start off today. Temperature is not feeling too bad. We're in the 60s all across Middle Tennessee, southern Kentucky, staying in those 60s over the next few hours. Sunrise coming up here at 5:32. Muggy and mild 65 at 6 a.m. Still looking good 7 o'clock for that drive into work around 67. We're going to talk more about storms coming our way for the afternoon and a wonderful weekend that I think you're going to like in just a bit. Amy.
All right, some generous kids are using their talents to help people who are on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19. How they're proving kindness isn't canceled.
And we're learning so much about these leadership skills, how smart these kids are through this. And businesses across our area are getting back on their feet after being shut down by the coronavirus pandemic. We have details on a new program to help them rebound. That's coming up next. It's 5:13. Despite coronavirus case numbers increasing across the state, sports could soon be coming back to Tennessee. The state released new guidelines yesterday for non-contact sports as well as summer camps. Certain precautions will have to be followed, like maintaining social distancing. Keep in mind, though, this is just for counties that don't have their own health departments, so it does not include Davidson County.
And our neighbors to the north are also on track to reopen. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear says swimming pools may be able to open on June 29th with limited capacity. That's the same weekend that Kentucky Kingdom in Louisville will also reopen. The governor announced 113 new cases of the virus there, bringing the state's total to nearly 9,200.
And from the setbacks of COVID-19 come innovation. Two brothers under the age of 15 realized they could make it easier for essential workers to do their jobs, so they got to work. Amanda Brandius has their story.
What I like about robotics is that it's not only something you can do alone.
For this team of two,
It requires cooperation and communication.
it started with an idea.
Hi, I'm Tenzin Carvalho. I'm a 6th grader and I'm 12 years old.
I'm Zubin Carvalho and I am 14 years old.
Both their dad and grandparents work in the medical field.
We wanted to help them keep them safe.
From their love of family and robotics, an idea was born.
This design takes a little longer because it's FDA approved.
A team at the University of California, San Francisco developed this 3D printed face shield design and shared it with the world.
First step is we have to sanitize these.
The brothers set out to print shields for medical workers, but soon realized essential workers are all around us.
You're welcome, Andy.
When school shut down, volunteers at Hemet Unified in Southern California immediately began passing out food.
They're seeing hundreds of people that didn't have any personal protection equipment.
Hi, how many have here? We were scrambling to get the gear to keep our people safe, but we knew that we had a higher calling and we just needed to get it done.
Shannon Cahoon says 100% of her high school students qualify for free and reduced meals.
Bye, guys. We know that some of our families are in a dire situation.
You guys doing good? I love your mask.
I'm here to provide for my community, and I'm happy to, because I know they need that. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, and even my family saying, are you safe out there?
To help more people, the brothers needed more 3D printers.
Two coming down hot in the front. Two and a dog.
Knowing printers were going unused in empty schools,
You guys have a great day. We'll see you next
the brothers managed to convince staff at 7 high schools and 8 elementary schools to lend them theirs.
How's it going?
They've made 2,500 shields and have 6,000 more in the pipeline.
We've also supplied it to custodial, cafeteria, postal, and grocery and retail workers.
There's innovation at its best. Here's some young children that are not just sitting home waiting for something to happen. They're making something happen to make lives better for all of us.
In Hemet, California,
Bye, Miss Sophia. Bye, Poochie. Bye, Sophia.
I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
Well, is it safe to go out or not? It's a question many of you have been asking us. And as Nashville starts to reopen, a new first-of-its-kind program is launching right here in Nashville that hasn't launched anywhere else across the country. Bo Hyder joins us live right now on Broadway with how this program is going to help businesses get back on track and help give you peace of mind. Mo, we know that we've already seen a few tourists trickling back into that area. How is this program going to help?
Yeah, hey there, Rebecca. This program is called Good to Go, and once a business or restaurant or your favorite store gets that green note at the bottom of our right screen, that shows you that's an indication it is safe to go inside and pay them a visit. Now, the note certifies that business is also following the city-approved safety guidelines. Through this program, health experts from Vanderbilt are teaming up with the Ryman Hospitality to help and educate businesses. Not only is the program free and done through online training courses, there is also an incentive for businesses that participate. If they successfully finish the program, they will get exposure through a marketing campaign done by Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation.
We're starting with webinars, but our expertise will also be available, and we're setting up the platform to be able to take questions as close to as real time as possible from individual businesses who are participating in Good to Go.
And so far, about 200 businesses have signed up for this program. A part of the deal is that to keep that music note, they have to make sure they continue to play by the rules to keep it safe. In downtown Nashville, Mo Hyder, News Channel 5.
All right, a music note makes a lot of sense to me, Mo. Let's take a look right now at the roads. If you're coming in from the north side of town right now, I-65 where it meets I-24, moving right along without any problem at the merge point. Those south and eastbound lanes coming together on the right side of your screen right now. at a speed limit rule. 65 down near Concord Road. Good morning, Williamson County. No problem for you as you're heading up toward the Nashville area for the time being. We do have one crash on the map. It is just off Dickerson Road at Oak Valley Drive. So if you're coming down through the Inglewood area, be aware of that if that's along your normal route. Otherwise, though, as you can see, we're doing pretty nicely, including in our surrounding counties. All of our major interstates running right on time. Heather?
Well, before we talk about rain again today, I want to give you a quick preview of what to expect this weekend. So just keep this in the back of your mind when we're talking about another soggy day today. The weekend is looking absolutely wonderful. Both days, temperatures will be in the upper 70s, but this is some low humidity too, so comfortable 70s, and we'll get lots of sunshine both Saturday and Sunday. Again, keep that in the back of your mind because today we do have a good chance to see more showers and even some thunderstorms across the mid-state here. Cold front will be working its way through the area later this evening. That means by mid-morning through the early evening, we've got some wet weather that we'll be talking about. Outside right now, though, looking dry in Franklin there on I-65. Hopkinsville looking pretty good, 62 your temperature there. In Gallatin this morning, we are at 64 degrees. Commute forecast to start off today. I'm going to keep us dry all the way through 8 o'clock. Now, I can't rule out a isolated, very light shower, mainly in our eastern counties, but the rest of us do not have any rain to worry about as we get into work. Temperatures in the 60s through about 8 o'clock, and then we'll touch that 70-degree mark. Later this afternoon, scattered rain and thunderstorms all the way through your drive home, starting in the afternoon and lasting, yes, all the way through 6, 7 o'clock tonight. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to rain the entire way that you get home, but just be prepared for some blinding downpours, potential for some lightning. We could have some strong wind gusts associated with these storms as well. However, I'm not really anticipating any widespread severe weather today. I don't think we're going to see that. Looking at Exact Track through 10 o'clock, it agrees with me here that the morning hours stay dry with partly cloudy skies. Cold front starts to come in later tonight. That will spark up those showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon today. By 5, 6 o'clock, a lot of this activity will be focused south of Interstate 40 and east of I-65. We'll already start to see some drying and clearing towards the north and west. That clearing continues through 7, 8 o'clock. More people starting to see dry weather, and then we completely clear out as we head overnight into Saturday. Nice dry spell is going to be on the way, not only for the weekend, but heading into next week too. High temperatures today, lower 80s around the metro area, upper 70s in Clarksville, Dixon, looking at about 79 today in Cookeville. Weekend looks fantastic. Thankfully, dry weather hangs on all the way into next Wednesday. No rain to talk about for 5 straight days. I wish the lower humidity and the comfortable air stuck around too, but by the middle of next week, we'll see highs back in the 90s.